Hello, I'm Panda, and I just watched the latest Stephen King adaptation called The Long Walk. This movie is absolutely fantastic, and I, of course, recommend this movie to anyone that wants to watch a semi-horror thriller movie. It's really good, trust me. In this movie, we follow a group of characters that volunteered for the long walk. It is a contest where each contestant has to walk 3 miles per hour until one contestant is left. What they'll win, you might ask? See, they'll win any one wish they want. In the movie, they say somebody wished for an elephant at one point. It's literally anyone, any wish. And on top of that, they win so much money they don't even know what to do with it. See, when I watched this trailer, I was instantly hooked. And I had my hopes really high. Because I saw it in theaters and I was like, ooh, that looked good. And let's just say this movie highly exceeded my expectations tenfold. This is one of the best movies I've seen in 2025. This cast is absolutely just so fantastic. See, we have our main character, Ray Garrity, who's played by Cooper Hoffman, who played Ari Zimmer in Poetic License that came out a couple days before this movie, actually. Then we have Ben Wang, who plays Hank Olsen in this film. Okay, my fault. Don't bully me on my English. Who's actually my favorite character in this movie, by the way. Love my dog Hank Olsen. Love my. He's so good. You'll know him from the new Karate Kid movie that came out. I believe it was this year or last year, which that movie was also very good. Then we have David Johnson, who was in Alien Romulus. Love my horror movies. Ooh, he played it so well. And in this movie, he plays Peter McVreeves, which I'd say was our second main character. And then we have our villain of the movie, called the Major. We don't get an actual name. They just call him the Major throughout the film. Who's played by Mark Hamill, which many of you will know him from Star Wars or the voice of Joker in the Batman Arkham series, one of the best video game series of all time. Nobody can prove that wrong. Fuck you. See, this movie was directed by Francis Lawrence, who directed the Hunger Games movies, which I constantly rewatch. The second movie is the best movie, and my opinion's right and your opinion's wrong. I'm kidding. What kept me glued this entire film is the character interactions and the dialogue, and the storytelling on top of that. See, I had so many questions before going into this film, like, how they go to the bathroom, what happens if everyone just stops walking at once, and it explains everything so well that it's so easy to understand. It answers every single question that I have. There was never a dull moment in this film. I was constantly glued to this movie because this movie keeps you intrigued and engaged constantly, and this movie makes sure they do that. Each scene and each day we learn how the competition affects our characters physically and mentally. We see their mental deteriorate. We see their bodies change throughout the movie, getting more weaker and weaker. It's paced so well that I was never bored. I was never like, oh, I didn't give a fuck, bro. Get back to the main shit. You know what I mean? I was constantly glued. Thing is, I didn't know this movie was rated R. I thought it was like a PG-13, something slim, something small, nothing crazy. See, when I figured out it was a rated R film was when the first death happens. No, I'm not going to say the first death, but when the first death happens. See, it wasn't overly gory. It wasn't like blood spewing everywhere or crazy violent. But it's how they showed this death is what got me. I legit said, holy shit. See, they use this rated R moment so well. We get to feel the pain of the characters and the emotions of them. When this character was shot, they literally, pretty much their mouth exploded. That's all I'm going to say. Semi-spoiler, but I'm not saying the character or who it was. But yeah. The emotional parts of the movie also got me. I almost cried a couple times. I kind of like 5 times. It just hits you in the gut. It sinks like a damn rock. It's just because you've grown attached to the characters throughout this film, and how they die is just like, oh, you fucking pricks. I know I've seen people not liking the ending or the winner of the film, but all I can say, it is bittersweet. Like, the movie went full circle. This movie shows each character's willpower, and of course, seeing that willpower and spirit to win, and it's just slowly breaking down throughout the film. You know, we don't see the mayor a lot, but I think we see him enough to, not like this motherfucker. Like, cause I didn't. I was like, I don't like you. You seem like a bitch. So, for the long walk, I'm gonna give this a drum roll, please. A 9 out of 10. This movie is so good, and I highly recommend it, and then that you watch it for yourselves. It's just so good. I won't rewatch it myself because it won't feel the same when I first watch it. It's like playing Undertale for the first time. You know what I mean? It gets the panda stamp of approval. So good. Fantastic. Such a good movie. And I highly recommend it. Yes, once again, I recommend it. And that's everything. I didn't want to say too much. I said a little bit of this or that, but I didn't want to say everything throughout this movie. No, I didn't want to explain every little bits of details of it, because then I'd spoil everything, and then you wouldn't watch it for yourself. So yeah, that's my first review, by the way. So I'm sorry if I was a little yappish. Thank you so much for watching. I am Panda. Goodbye.